Rais, unaweza kutueleza uhusiano wa Kenya na nchi zetu jirani, tukizungumzia pengine kama Uganda, upo vipi? Tunakumbuka kwamba kulikuwa na lile swala la uhusiano wako baina ya Rais Yoweri Museveni kuhusiana na oil deal. Sijui kama uhusiano wenu upo vipi kwa sasa?
Is that the only around that space?
No. The question is about Tanzania.
Yeah,
right
okay.
now.
Yeah, I think you need to ask
exactly. Of late, we've not seen there's Mama Samia kiasi pia amekuwa kirusharusha maneno kuhusiana na namna taifa letu linavyoendeshwa na kadhalika, jambo ambalo tunatuuliza. Juzi umesema unakuja na visa free Kenya, watu watakuwa naingia. Je, katika muungano wetu pia wa Afrika Mashariki protocols zinasemaje kuhusiana na kauli ambayo ilitoa pamoja na uhusiano wa jumuiya?
There are also concerns on Jamhuri Day, the notable absence of Yoweri Museveni, Samia Suluhu Hassan, Paul Kagame, Evariste Ndayishimiye as part of that.
Okay, let me start with yours. Do they normally attend Jamhuri Day? No. So, I mean, how do you ask about absence of somebody who normally is not?
Were they invited?
We didn't invite them. And they came, you know, some of the people came just because we are East Africans. Do I attend the national days of the other countries? I don't. So does that mean that there's a problem? No. So let's leave that one there. Number two, the relationship between Museveni and myself are perfect. The relationship between Kenya and Tanzania is perfect. The relationship between Kenya and Tanzania is perfect. On the visa issue, today, forget about my announcement, you don't need a visa to go to Tanzania. Neither do you need a visa to go to any country in East Africa. So the fact that we are actually formalizing what is already in place. So there is no contradiction between our visa free and that. But let me say one more thing, if you allow me. I've answered that one quickly so that you can allow me to say something else. Let me say this, because, let me tell you, the economy is very important to me. And that's why I want us to spend time there a bit. The economy is very important to me. I have told you that we need to raise revenue. Why am I targeting raising revenue from our assets? Look, for the example, Safaricom. Safaricom was a small department in telecom. Yeah? What did we do? We took it to privatization. We asked Vodafone to come and invest. We gave them 40%. Then we sold another 25% to the public in Kenya. Today, the small Safaricom that was at the corner in telecom, today is the largest company in Kenya. Today, the value of Safaricom is 360 billion. Today, Safaricom is supporting 1.2 million jobs. Today, Safaricom has given the government of Kenya, through taxes, in the last 15 years, 1.3 trillion shillings. Today, Safaricom gives government of Kenya 20 billion average every year as dividends. Now, my good brother, that is the value of privatization. A small company has become something. Let me give you another example, KCB. We privatized KCB. It was an underperforming institution then. Then the value of Safaricom of KCB then was 600 million. That time in 1988 when it was privatized. What is KCB today? KCB today, its value is about 120 billion at the current rate. 120 billion. It is in 7 countries. It has 12,000 employees. It has 33 million customers. The value of what privatization does. So let us accept as Kenyans that a company like Kenya Pipeline, we can privatize. It will give us money. It will give us revenue.
Right.
We should be able to look at what do we do with the port. What have other countries done? So that we reduce the pressure on taxes because we can raise more revenue by sweating assets that we have.
Mr. President, taking you back to the question of the region.
Yes.
And specifically, President Museveni said that it cannot be that you're going to continue buying oil from brokers. And in fact, there's a change of policy in the Republic of Uganda to an extent that now their eunuch is the one that is going to import fuel. And there are other conversations, I'm sure you've seen them, that they want to go through the central corridor. Of course, it's at the initial stage of those conversations. Is Kenya becoming less attractive, less competitive in the region? And what are we doing to ensure that we continue to enjoy the place we have in a competitive manner? Because the Central Bank of Kenya Governor Kamuthuge has spoken to this question, saying that actually those are the countries have better FDIs as you speak.
And just because you want to answer those questions in a block, Mr. President, you were in China for many reasons, and Kenyans hope that you will come back with a deal on SGR so that we move away from a situation where our railway ended in the middle of nowhere. And you have Uganda that you need support from, and yet our relationship with our neighbors is becoming a concern if I would
According
say
to
that.
the media, it's becoming a concern.
So did we get something from China? Is Uganda part of the reasons why we didn't get the money to continue our SGR?
By the way, we approached China for the continuation of the railway as a package. Before I went to China, I had a conversation with President Museveni, and we agreed on the strategy.